Hello everyone. Last week, our homie Tally Casper from our Twitch streams over at twitch.tv/TheMrHeadache suggested a build that included Trail of Torment and Nowhere to Hide. It was fun because it created situations where I knew exactly where the survivors were thanks to Nowhere to Hide, but they didn't know where I was thanks to Trail of Torment. However, the build needed a little something. And I believe I found what I believe to be the perfect Xenomorph jump scare build. Let's talk about it. First, let's go ahead and talk about the perks that we already have out of the way. Nowhere to Hide is a night teachable, which is whenever you kick a generator, you see the auras of any nearby survivors within 24 meters, but keep in mind this will be 18 meters later this year. This combos extremely well with the pyramid teachable Trail of Torment, which is whenever you kick a generator, that generator is highlighted in yellow, and then you gain the undetectable status effect until that generator stops regressing. This allows us to get the drop on the survivors by spotting them through Nowhere to Hide's aura, and then descend upon them out of nowhere thanks to Trail's undetectable. Now, the perk that I think ultimately ties this all together is the singularity teachable machine learning. Machine learning is whenever you kick a generator, it then becomes quote unquote compromised, meaning that if the survivors complete this generator, it will grant you 8% haste and undetectable for a whopping full minute. The reason this works so well is because it's a lose-lose situation for the survivors. I kick the gen and I'm undetectable thanks to Trail, but the gen is highlighted in yellow, so the survivors can see it. The survivors can then choose to get on the generator to try and stop my undetectable from happening, but if they stick on it and they finish it, then I get even more undetectable and haste on top of it for a full minute. No matter what option they pick here, they're giving me something that helps me defeat them. They're doomed. Finally, for our last perk, I went with the Twins Teachable Oppression, which is whenever you kick a generator, 4 additional generators begin regressing, and if survivors were on that gen at the time that would start regressing, they are faced with a difficult skill check. This will start generators regressing outside of our initial kick and show us where generator progress is across the map, which gives us more targets for our Trail, Nowhere, and Machine Learning combo. Speaking of finding more targets, let's go ahead and talk about our add-ons, because our first add-on, Semi-Auto Keyboard, is great for this. Semi-Auto Keyboard shows the progress of a generator that has a flame turret placed within 16 meters of it. This allows us to find the perfect generators for our jump scare combo to begin. Our final add-on is the tried and true Xenomorph add-on, Lambert Star Map, which reduces the flame turret range from 10 meters down to 8 meters, allowing us to stay in crawler mode even longer, which is the whole point of playing the Xenomorph. Overall, this build makes the world a nightmare for survivors post-gen kick. They lose track of you while you get aura on where they are, allowing you to jump scare them with ease. Then, after that, the survivors are left with a choice. Get back on the gen and stop Trail, but then feed our Machine Learning, or don't get back on the gen and then feed our Trail of Torment. Either way, we win. Then Oppression and Semi-Auto Keyboard will allow us to continue to seek perfect gen targets to keep the cycle going. It's very, very evil.